Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider 1/12 scale action figure. Here is the card art for the top of the packaging. This is a very large card. As you can see, it has the flame chain. Love that artwork. Moving down, you can see the large bubble. Very cool sculpted Ghost Rider. You can see all the accessories. His alternate head. Alternate hands. Looks fantastic. Ghost Rider here at the bottom. Warning: small parts for children on the age of 3. So be very careful that your little collectors don't put it in their mouth. There's the back of the card. Ghost Rider at the top. Ghost Rider again. And we have a little diagram of the figure and how to swap all the parts if you couldn't put that together for yourself. Hasbro has provided that for you. Here's like a little bio. If you want to pause and read that, you can. I think that looks pretty cool. Here at the bottom, a bunch of stuff no one cares about. UPC, which I'll show you here in a second. And there's the UPC. If that helps you find this figure, you can pause and write that down. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and get him outside the packaging and take a look at him. Oh yeah, before we do that, I want to show you something. Look at this cardstock. This is perfect. Why can't we get cardstock like this for G.I. Joes? Regardless if it's the classified 1/18 scale, this is thick card stock. This is what we need for all figures. So Hasbro, get with it. And here is Ghost Rider outside the packaging. He is wielding supernatural abilities and weapons from the back of his flaming motorcycle, not included. Ghost Rider roams the mortal world as a spirit of vengeance. And I must say, first impressions, I thought the head sculpt that we're currently looking at is on point. This is probably one of the reasons I bought this figure. I'm a fan of Ghost Rider, but there hasn't been a figure out there that wanted me to pull the trigger, especially in 1/12 scale. But that head sculpt and the accessories kind of like pulled me in. So I went ahead and got one to hang out with my Joes. There he is. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. That is incredible. Very cool. Now the entire skull is a different shade of white than his teeth. So if you kind of notice that, if it's coming through on the camera. Pretty cool. He has the orange flaming eyes inside. The nose is kind of like not protruded through into the translucent plastic of the flames. Here's a side profile. And here's the other side profile. And of course the front looking fantastic. And I think the translucent plastic in this figure is on point. I think it's really cool. It might not show as well through the video, but seeing this guy in person was actually what made me glad I bought the figure. He looked good in the product images, but having him in hand, he was just even better in the aesthetic, for the aesthetics at least. So that's the back of him. I like how that came out, the top of the figure. You might have noticed, which I didn't notice either until I opened it, all the flames are on his neck. It's kind of his ball peg his head sitting on. It's kind of wrapped in flames around the back and on the sides. And then you get on the front, his spinal cord kind of protrudes out of it there as his neck piece. You can see how the flames kind of wrap around that spinal cord bone. That is a great piece. And then also, we do have an articulated jaw. So you can position it in a different in degrees of open his mouth. A little bit, a full blown, this screaming skull. That's pretty wild. That is a great headpiece. So you also can see in the articulation point of his head, he can look down and up. at the side. Evil look. Other side. And then, obviously, getting psychotic head spin. 360. No, just playing. Pretty nice. I'm loving this head sculpt. Like, I would love just to have the head sculpt, you know, just to use it for customs. Man, I'd love to have a bunch of these head sculpts for maybe, that'd be a great, maybe a scorpion head. That'd be awesome for customs. So he has this black jacket on. It's a black with some gray trim throughout. Starting with the collar. He has a nice sculpted collar. Gray all around the top. You can see there. Then he has stripes down his arms. All the way down. Then we have this square piece here in the front. And on the back, there's no gray at all. We do have his plastic chain wrapped around his chest piece here. It is removable if you want to take that off. That's pretty cool. For his belt, it's silver buckle. He's like oval type design all the way around. Black gloves, gray pants, nothing to see there besides gray pants. Black boots. He does have a buckle here, which is really cool. And he has a buckle on that side. Awesome. So to finish up the articulation for the figure, his arms rotate 360. They can raise up about right there because you can see that sculpted piece hits the like his center body mass. 360 rotation on the bicep. Pinned double jointed elbows, which is fantastic. Except for the pins. Come on, let's move on now. This wrist rotates 360. Then we have the in and out like this. On this one we have the same in and out. So that's how that works. For the chest articulation, we kind of have that piece that comes out and goes across. So you can look like this, looking down, and then back. Screaming position. Oh, that's pretty cool. Rotation at the waist, 360. Legs. Yep, that's about far they go. Sitting. Oh, he says, oh, nice. Motorcycle, not included. We have bicep, thigh rotation. Get rid of it. The whole motorcycle thing kind of threw me off because it's like, why no motorcycle? Pin double jointed knees. It comes across pretty. Oh, that comes all the way across. That's some crazy articulation right there. And then you can bring it back, obviously. I've seen that before. Is that in all Marvel Legend figures? I don't really collect a lot of Marvel Legend figures. I have a few that I like, that are my favorite characters, which is Ghost Rider is one of them, but just this is the one I actually like for some reason. No boot cut. Feet pivot down, up, no side to side at all. But we can rotate around the angle. 360. Joints feel good. I must say the plastic felt good. The joints feel good. Nothing seems fragile or want to break. So this is a nice figure. Very nice figure. I'm very happy with my purchase. Very cool. Accessories. He has an alternate head. We have a face version of Johnny. His eyes are red. Teeth, the frown on. Nice facial features. Then we have his blonde hair that folds into the flames. I think it's done really well. It's a side profile. Back of it. Other side. Oops. Side. It's the top. Bottom. Very nice. Now for me, I probably never use the Johnny Blaze head because I prefer the skull head. It's not really a Johnny Blaze head anyway. It's kind of in transition from Johnny Blaze to Ghost Rider. And also he has his hands, pretty cool. The skeleton hands with the coming out from the flame. And then on the back we do have the pig, which is a part of the bone. So it's kind of wrapped in flame. Pretty cool. Same for this one. We have the orange and red translucent plastic, and it kind of comes out. And I'm on the fence with these two. I'm not totally sure if I want to sport the whole skeleton hands versus the gloved hands. I'm really liking the way he is. So as of right now, I think I will definitely keep him as is. I'm not going to pop these joints out because I have a hairdryer, and I recommend, even though the figure is in nice condition, perfect tolerances, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to break his joints. And then he comes with a couple alternate flame pieces that you can stick on his arms. They kind of just wrap around something. Not sure how I would use these. Kind of like that. Wherever he wants. You probably can put him wherever you wanted. I don't know if you can fit him on the legs or not, but trying to do this to the camera, and it's not as easy as you would think. Okay, so we're going to go with that for now, but I'll give you an idea how that looks. And I think if I had to pick something bad about this figure, it'd be those pieces, because they're just rubber. They don't have the beauty in plastic as this. This is like a harder plastic. They hold the light really well, and they're done very well versus this rubber piece. You can see the difference, like in the translucent versus this rubber crap. So yeah, so we can bring that up here. So you can see, like, this is just rubber and that's hard plastic, and that transitions better. Kind of makes it look a little bit offsetting when you have all the pieces on. But the one piece that looks incredible is this gold chain, with this piece that he holds onto at the end. Comes up here, all the way up here, and it comes and turns in like a translucent orange plastic into a flame design. Then he has that same piece at the end. I mean, bash someone in the skull with that, and that's the same piece right there. But this one's heated. Now you're gonna bash someone's skull and burn it too. That looked very nice. So you could definitely wrap some of your figures up with that. And I actually don't know why it comes with trigger fingers. So it comes with trigger fingers. He has no guns. I think we can have a nice gripping hand for his chain accessory here. I'm sure it's probably just rehashed from something else. That's how that looks. That looks pretty wild. I do like that. I like that a lot. That looks very cool. Alright, well, there he is. I mean, coming from not a person that collects a lot of 1/12 scale. I'm a 1/18 scale guy from heart, but man, I keep saying that. If I keep picking up these ones and twosies of these 1/12 scale figures, like what done me in was the G.I. Joe classifieds. Now I'm thinking, well, here's a really cool, and kind of becoming a little more than I would have liked 1/12 scale figures. But I can't deny, coming from a non 1/12 scale collector, I can't deny how awesome this figure is. Highly recommend it. This is very cool. The only cons, if I had to pick something, it has to be the flame effects. That's just cheap, in my opinion. I get they use rubber for flexibility, but they could have sculpted it to just, put it onto the figure. And then if I had to pick, why does he have trigger hands? Don't know. Don't need them. You have the open hands for the skulls. Is this a trigger hand? Even that's a trigger finger. I don't know why. You don't need trigger guns. He doesn't have guns with him. If he had a shotgun, that'd be awesome. Oh, maybe you can use a Marauder Task Force or a Valaverse gun for this guy. and paint it up and do a custom, add some flame effects to it. That'd be cool. It's actually a good idea. I want to keep that in mind. All right, so I think I paid $24.99 for this. That's about what he goes for now. So give you an idea if you're looking for it. Yeah, that's what I got. Love the figure. Hope you guys like the review. Hope you guys like, the information. If you do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of great stuff already on the channel. A lot more coming, so you don't miss out. Thanks guys so much for watching. We'll see you in our next review.